Chapter 2. Just Do It. Nike Inc. is an American international business that designs, develops, manufactures, markets, and sells footwear, clothes, gear, accessories, and services globally. The business has its headquarters in the Portland metro region, close to Beaverton, Oregon. With sales exceeding $46 billion in its fiscal year 2022, it is both the largest maker of athletic gear as well as the world's largest provider of athletic shoes and clothing. Bill Bowerman and Phil Knight established the firm on January 25, 1964, as Blue Ribbon Sports, and on May 30, 1971, it was renamed Nike Inc. after the Greek goddess of victory, Nike. Together with its own brand, Nike also distributed its wares under the names Nike Golf, Nike Pro, Nike Plus, Air Jordan, Nike Blazers, Air Force One, Nike Dunk, Air Max, Foamposite, Nike Skateboarding, Nike CR7, and subsidiaries like Converse and Air Jordan. Nike had 76,700 employees globally as of 2020. In 2020, the brand alone will be worth more than $32 billion, making it the most valuable brand in the sports industry. To promote and advertise its technology and design, Nike sponsors elite athletes in a variety of sports. Tennis player Ilie Nastase from Romania was Nike's first sponsored athlete. Steve Prefontaine, a distance runner, was the first track endorser. Over the years, Nike has also sponsored several other notable track and field athletes, including Sebastian Coe, Jackie Joyner-Kersee, Carl Lewis, Michael Johnson, and Allison Felix. One of the major contributions to Nike's exposure and sales came from the 1984 signing of basketball superstar Michael Jordan, as well as his career-long marketing of the brand while starring as Mars Blackman. Jordan received a 5-year agreement from Nike worth $500,000 annually. Paying a player that much money at the time was absurd for a footwear manufacturer. Yet, Nike recognized Jordan's brilliance, much like the rest of the NBA, and decided to fully commit to Air Jordan. Not only did they fully commit, but Nike kept their word, as Jordan became the first person to earn a lifetime contract with Nike in 1997. But how did it all start? Chapter 3. Nike's Contract. It all started with Jordan's attempt to partner with Adidas after breaking into the scene and his disappointment when informed that it was not possible. This wasn't his only disappointment. The NBA's official footwear at the time was Converse, but the brand did not prioritize signing Jordan since they had existing deals with the two top stars in the league, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. So his mom, Dolores, and agent David Falk persuaded Jordan to join a meeting with Nike. He ended up signing a 5-year deal worth $500,000 per year, which was 3 times the average NBA agreement at the time. However, the creation of the Air Jordan sneaker turned out to be a game changer. Nike anticipated making around $3 million in sales in its first year. They proceeded to generate $126 million while at the same time launching a cultural movement that continues today. With over a 10% increase since 2018, Nike's Jordan brand alone was valued at $3.1 billion yearly in 2020 by Forbes. The brand was said to be worth over $10 billion to the business overall. Not this partnership has propelled Nike to new heights. It is by far the most valuable endorsement contract ever signed by an athlete. Nike had revenues that were 50% lower than Adidas before signing Jordan. With $40 billion in revenue in the year 2019, they outperformed Adidas by 60% and generated nearly 43 times as much money as they did before launching the Jordan brand. The 2019-20 NBA season saw 77% of NBA stars using Nike or Jordan footwear. And according to research conducted some years ago, Nike has an 86% market share in performance basketball. Jordan continued to play basketball for a few more years before finally retiring, and he is currently regarded as perhaps the best player in NBA history. His shoe collection also grew with him, and is now considered to be the best sneaker collection ever. Chapter 4. Nike Air Jordan. Nike Air Jordan made its debut in late 1984, when Jordan wore his signature shoes for the first time. This generated controversy when Jordan wore the pair throughout the game because every player in the league was required to wear white shoes, irrespective of the brand. However, in keeping with the colors of the Chicago Bulls, the Air Jordans came in red, black, and white color. Jordan was fined $5,000 each time he wore the sneakers as a punishment. But it made no difference because Nike was ready to cover every cost just so Jordan could display his sneakers. Michael Jordan was successful in generating enough excitement about the Air Jordans before they were officially released at retail outlets. When Nike's Air Jordans were finally introduced in 1985, the sales exceeded expectations. Sales of Air Jordans totaled $126 million in just the first year. Nike gained popularity thanks to these sneakers. There are now quite several different Air Jordans on the market now that are doing extremely well. But here are the top 3 most in-demand Air Jordans. 1. Air Jordan 1. Michael Jordan's Air Jordan 1 is without question a timeless classic, and the pair that began it all. They are a staple in the shoe collection of both connoisseurs and superstars. It's popular among people due to its fashionable appeal,